So I got a question from a friend of mine. I tried to connect you guys. I don't know if you guys connected or not, but my friend Chris Beck. And he just said an idea to run by you. Does this theory line up with UFO sightings? And then the question is it easier to see UFOs in grays in early hours, 1 hour before sunrise to an hour after sunrise? The ultraviolet of the sun is the ultraviolet of sun is highest in these hours. To see reppies is hour before and hour after sunset because infrared is highest in these hours?
Well, actually, it really depends on what modality they're operating in. So what that means is an interstellar vehicle. Now, let's distinguish between the ones that we have versus the ones that are interstellar. They can phase in and out of this, say, 3D instantaneously. So you could have one right over your building right here. No sensor would pick it up because it's actually shifted the frequency of it out of linear space-time. So this is what I call trans-dimensional physics. And then in an instant, nanosecond, it could be 3D or it could be something in between. So it's a little bit, if you've ever had a rheostat for a dimmer switch or something, you can make it brighter, dimmer, turn it all the way off. So those technologies allow for an object to be fully in 3D or shifted dimensionally, literally, out into another dimension and back. Now, these are not interdimensional, they're more trans-dimensional because their origins are another star system. There are also interdimensional objects, and those are things from another dimension that is not from the material cosmos, but they can be confused with some of the extraterrestrial phenomena. It's a very complex thing. So in terms of seeing these objects, I think people, when it's not super bright with the sun, you're going to see more an object that's going to be silhouetted than in bright sunlight. Okay. And the other issue, I think, is that the ones that we have can also operate in a way where they are substantially have an electromagnetic field around them that can kind of cloak them, but under certain lighting conditions and radiation, let's call it infrared, ultraviolet, it depends on the condition, you can get a glimpse of them as they're moving. So I think that this gets into understanding the underlying technology and physics of how these objects work. And that's why when we're doing our expeditions where we're going out, making contact and looking, we have a whole set of protocols, and I train people on what to look for, what the phenomenon might be. If you're having cameras, whether it's settings, I don't do camera work. Full disclosure, I'm an idiot with cameras. But so that you have it set properly, and also know what to look for. But I think that the technology determines more than the time of day, but the time of day might facilitate. That's why I think when it's still light, but it's not bright light, and that spectrum, you'll see an object more easily. Okay. But I think it has to do with, I don't think it has to do with the actual innate occurrence. I think it has to do with
what we can see.
What we can see with these things.
Okay.
Are ours.